Hi. So my name is Selma Idris. I'm a film producer, but I'm also affiliated with the AIF, the New York African Film Festival. And I'm really excited to talk about your film. I thought it was really
Thank
beautiful.
you. Thank you
Um,
so much.
so I'm sitting with Amleset. Could you say your last name for me? I don't want to say it.
Alame. I'm Lesat Alame. Alame is my last name.
Anyway,
Alame, yes.
what it says when you look up the film credits, it says Amleset Muchie.
Yeah, because here, we put like our first name and second name.
Okay.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
Great. So I want to talk a little bit about your film. What inspired you to write Min Alesh?
What inspired me? One second, let me silence my phone. So yeah,
Min Alesh mean for the English speakers?
Min Alesh. What it means, Min Alesh. Min Alesh is like what we have, what you have, to ask ourselves and to answer that question, to be purposeful, to be meaningful in life. So I want that question to ask on the movie. Then I want people to ask themselves that question as well. That's why I call my movie Min Alesh. And also there's a there is a place called Min Alesh in Ethiopia, on the marketplace called Merkato. So that's how I connected with my setting place.
So Min Alesh is in Merkato in the market.
Yes, yes,
Wow.
and you can get anything, everything there. Like that's why they called it Min Alesh.
Ah,
Yeah.
and Mercato it's a beautiful setting for the film. I think it's the largest open air market in Africa.
Yes, yes, it's very big.
So how did you come about writing this film? Because there's so many aspects to it. There's the running, which is, very important to Ethiopian national pride.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the settings are very juxtaposed. Like you have the setting in Mercado, which is more showing of poverty. But you have your main character, Selam.
Yes.
You, right?
Yeah. Do I look like that her? I gained a lot of weight now, so I don't look like her, and I was in the character as well. But yes, I am the one who played her.
Really confused for a long time. I was like, is that?
Yeah.
Is that not her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, you're right. It's because it's a national pride. That's why I wrote it, and also some extent running teams. The whole perspective of the world about Ethiopia from being a face of hunger of country into incredible runners. So these days when I say like I'm from Ethiopia, people recognize our iconic runners such as Ababa Bakila, Haile Gebrselassie. He was one of my character as well. And Darartuk Ananisa, and also the Dibaba's family right now at the moment, they're very famous. So there are so many more. So I feel so proud, What?
You also an athlete? Were you an athlete as well?
No, I'm not. But I practice a lot to act like an athlete. But no, I'm not actually.
For the film?
Yeah, I just practice it for a film, and then yeah.
Do you still run?
Not really. Now I'm pregnant.
Oh,
So I don't know. My third baby is coming soon.
congrats. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. But I used to run for the film. Yeah.
So again, going back to like what the story of Selam, how did you come about that? Like what inspired you? Is it based on anything that you've seen? Is it more
Um, One is like because I want to say something about running, as a story, like to tell about Ethiopia. Uh, because now it seems like the world is known as a winner, but before, the name of Ethiopia and Africa, it's associated with the war and hunger. So I want to take that out, and then I want to use the symbol of our runners as a face of Ethiopia. So that's why I inspired, because of our runners, I guess. Yeah.
What inspired you to become a filmmaker?
I love the art of telling stories. Like, I believe film is one of the most powerful tool. So powerful to tell a story, what I have inside of me. And also Africa has a lot of story to the world, and film is the best way to communicate the story of African and Africans, So, and as an Ethiopian and African woman, I have a lot of stories to tell to the world about our women, and children as well, culture, history, and so on. So that's why I inspired, and that's why I want to be a filmmaker.
What inspired you? What kind of films did you watch, or who inspired you, I should say? Are there any like Ethiopian filmmakers?
Yeah. Professor Haile Germa, you might know him. He's an amazing Ethiopian African filmmaker that inspired me, and I admire him a lot. So yeah, he's one of.
And as far as like when you found your way as a writer, also because you wrote the film as well, right?
Yes.
How did you come to finding the dialogue? Like, how did you capture that feeling? It was such like a sweet, natural film.
You mean
like how the characters interacted? Like, how did you come about that? Like, how they spoke to each other?
Yeah. I mean, I used to go to Merkato, where the setting is, and I did a lot of research. I learned a lot from the village, and from the market, and I was able to create a relationship with the people there, who were like all very welcoming and kind enough to help me understand. So that's how I was able to learn the slang and the different custom, and so on, So yeah, I used to go there like almost every week, like 3 times a week, 4 times a week, to learn all those things. Yeah.
And when you filmed in the village, were any of the people there in the film or anything, or?
Yeah, most of them. Like all my extra casts are from around there, and they did it just free, like just to support me. So yeah, they were very helpful. Yeah.
I love the relationship between Selam and Bini. Is his name?
Yeah, Bini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, that was just the most beautiful, just watching them walk around, and the care he had for her, but also the beauty that he saw in her when it came time for the beauty contest. Like, she was undoubtedly beautiful to him. And I thought that was a really beautiful thing that he saw in her. But I wanted to talk maybe a little bit about how differently Bini and Selam saw the world, or their place.
Yeah, I mean, they have a different perspective to the world. Even they grow up on the same village, but their vision, their thinking, even their dream is totally different. the way how they see things, she believed like she can change herself where she is, and he thinks like he changed himself by going somewhere, or by being like immigrants. That's how most of African people thinks. And so but for herself, for Salam, he's the way he's thinking is doesn't work for her. So they are living, and they on the same village, but the way of they are thinking is totally different. So but they are very close friends, and they like each other, they respect each other.
One of my favorite lines that Selam said was when he said, "We're poor," and she said, "We're not poor. Poor is we don't have a future."
Yeah.
We still have. I thought that was a really beautiful moment in that.
Yeah, because she's very thoughtful woman for me. Like, she's very thoughtful. She always have something to believe and go for it. You know what I mean? So like, she's a believer. So she felt there's something inside of her. So she followed that instinct of herself. So yeah. The way she thinks is different from him.
Yes.
It's more strong.
Very, very powerful.
Yeah.
And I love that it ended up being a feel good. It was nice to watch a story from our continent that was just a story. It was just a feel good story. It ended well, and that was nice.
Thank you.
There was a theme of miracles and faith in the movie as well.
Yeah.
You made reference to a Saint Ragel.
Yeah. Saint Raguel.
Raguel. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
No worries.
Can you tell me the significance of that saint? I was curious.
I mean, Ethiopians are very faithful people, be it Christianity or Islam, So Saint Gabriel is a well-known church in Merkato. Its proximity to the setting made it an ideal church and saint to be part of the story. Plus, it's next to Anwar Mosque. So I want to show the world how Ethiopians of different faiths respect each other and live together with great harmony, love, respect, regardless of their region. So the character represents the community where the story took place. So that's why I don't have any specific names, but this is because it's very famous around there, So that's why that's the story took place. That's why, yeah.
Thank you for that background.
Mm.
Another interesting point in the film was when they went to go see the movie, when they went to go see the film, and it was a Bollywood film.
Yeah.
Is there any significance to that, or what were they watching? What movie was it?
I don't really remember what movie is it, but like Bollywood movie was very famous some years ago here in Ethiopia. So it's common thing, When we were kids, also we all watched Indians movie because it was far more accessible than Hollywood movies, and in some ways it still is in neighborhoods such as Merkato, where movies theater are not available or expensive. There are independently run small halls, very tiny, that shows Indian movies, and also there will be a translator also, I'm not sure like if they know the language, but there is a translator. There was a translator as well, yeah.
So translator, like a person?
He's not from India, he's Ethiopian, but I don't know if he speaks the language or not. I'm not sure about that, but maybe he translated from the action. But yeah, we have this kind of culture around there. So, and it's very, very tiny, small hall. so the young people in this community go to this small halls to watch movie and be entertained. So in Min Alesh, the main character are seen enjoying an Indian movie as any uses in their community would do special when they got extra money, when they have money, you know. Yeah, yeah. That's why, yeah, I create that scene.
They did a beautiful job of just showing a lot of like the subtleties of just walking around in that village, and also just showing the joy. It was beautiful to see how sincerely happy the women in the village were for Selam as she hit these milestones, and how they were rooting for her. I almost expected, you know, a character to be spiteful or jealous, or but it was really nice just to see this pride, really, and then the ultimate pride. And you talk about the running.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then having Hali Gabriel Selassie, right?
Yes, Haile Gabriel.
Yeah, having him. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
But having him in the film, how did that happen? Because for those that don't know, he's possibly one of the best known and most decorated Ethiopian long distance runners, right?
Yeah, he's a big guy. Like as you see him on the scene, you know, I was reacting for him like that, even, you know, even like not acting like him. Yeah, I'm proud of him, and he's a very nice guy. He supports the movie industry. So when I start writing about runners, you know, I should get like some advice from him. He's a good family of us. Like, he's a friend of my husband. Also, I knew him even before I married as well. I did one documentary with him about environment. He's very helpful and supportive. So that's why I got the access to cast him to be in my movie, and he said yes, and I said yes as well.
Yeah. Bring to the forefront in talking about running and inspire this inspirational story for this young girl, and then to have him in the film, I thought was really.
Yeah, we always, you know, inspired by someone, so that's very important. Yeah.
What are some of the memories? This is one of the questions. What are some of the memories of some of the first movies you remember seeing? Do you remember the first time you went to the theater?
Oh, not really. I mean, not at the theater, but like at home with my family, like with my sister and brother. We watched. I mean, we have been. It's not my first movie which I saw, but like I remember Titanic is my first memory, because, you know, it doesn't mean it was like my first movie I saw, but I was able to connect with the story of Jack and Rose in a unique way, because at that time I was reading a book called ፍቅር እስከ መቃብር by a famous Ethiopian author named Addis Ababa. It was a tragic love story of two young people, much like the story in the Titanic. So because of this connection, I always remember the Titanic. Yeah.
The connection. Yeah. Is there anything that you want to say about, you know, the film, or what it meant to you, or, you know, the importance of it to you?
I mean, film in general.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this film, Min Alesh.
Oh, this film. Yeah. I mean, it challenged me a lot. This movie, like from physical change to, you know. So like for me, I mean, I did a lot before this movie, but this is like my first movie. For me, like I did it you know, I brought the production crew from New York, collaborate with others, and the cast, like very well-known and famous actor and actress. and I direct this movie also, and I act on it. So there was a lot of job, and responsibility on me. So it means a lot to me. It's like my baby.
How long was the process? Because you wrote it and, very involved in the production of it. How long
Yeah.
from beginning to as I'm done? How long did
It took me 3 years. Yeah.
your journey? It's a
Yeah.
degree.
I know. Yeah.
So you said this is the first time that you wrote and directed? I mean, not wrote and directed, acted and directed in a film at the same time?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do it again?
But I wrote I wrote my first movie, but I didn't direct it, and I act on it. And after that, I wrote a short movie and direct, and I direct video music, different video musics, and also documentaries. So, but like as a movie, this is like art of telling a story, the dialogue, like the connection, and creating the scenario, and everything is like, for me, this is like different and special for me.
The challenges of acting and directing at the same time. Would you do that again?
Yeah, I mean, I love challenging, so
Yeah.
I want to challenge myself again. I mean, I love acting as well, like, and you can't get this kind of script here in Ethiopia because as a woman, they with the man's perspective, they see you like very just you are just like a girl. You are just a beautiful. You are just like you are just a girl. Like they don't give you a purpose to lead the story. So I want a story to lead me, like to challenge me, and I want to get in that world and come out when I act. So I love acting, but to get this kind of story is hard. But if I get this kind of script, like something very challenging, I might give up the acting, and then I will focus on directing or writing. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not easy.
Yeah.
Not easy, but yeah.
Basically saying you got to make it yourself because they're not writing it.
Yeah.
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 How is
Yeah.
the movie industry in Ethiopia? Is it burgeoning now? Are a lot of things happening? Are there opportunities? Or
It's like a baby. It's not yet there. It's very challenging, and the cinema and the movie theater is very limited here. Like you can count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we don't have a lot of cinema. We don't have a lot of equipment. Technical things also. We don't have much. But the passion is, yeah, I see the passion on the film industry, but like we are not there yet. Yeah.
well, soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
With more international outreach too. And I mean, with stories like, I have to say, I feel like this movie was just such a it was a great universal theme that I think anyone would enjoy. It didn't, with
Yeah.
I think it translates well everywhere, and it shows Ethiopia and Addis in a beautiful light.
Yeah.
Layers to it. There were so many layers to it. Like we saw everything from the village to the fancy offices.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beauty contest. So
Yeah. I hope so.
yeah, I thought it was wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think I think I went through all the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, unless there's anything.
I don't have anything to add up. Yeah, we good.
I really, really loved it. Like just off the record
Thank
too.
you so much. Thank you. I'm happy you liked it.
I was surprised because a lot of times movies from the continent, when they come, they're like very depressing, or like it's a serious topic. It was just so nice and refreshing and I'm from Sudan.
Oh, okay.
It visually was familiar.
Okay.
I was having problems at first. I was like, why don't I understand what they're saying? And I was like, oh my God. It looks like home. The people.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're the same. Like, it has like African touch, Yeah.
I loved it. I enjoyed it. It made my day. It made my day.
Oh, thank you so much. It means a lot. Huh?
Honor to meet you. What an honor to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to meet you too. Thank you for interviewing me.
Thank you. I hope it was okay. I wish you the best of luck. Congratulations on your little one.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Take care of yourself.
Bye. Bye. Yeah.